And a pleasant good evening to you, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Phillies baseball here on the Bilskie channel, as we're about ready to bring you the third and final game of this three-game series in Miami between the Miami Marlins and the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies looking to at least win one. Phil's dropped the first two, and really looking to get back on the winning side of things. As you see, Aaron Nola, there's your starting lineup. We're just going to jump right into it here. Your starting lineup is as follows, pretty much the same as last night. Andrew McCutchen will lead off, playing left field. Gene Segura, the third baseman, will bat second. Bryce Harper playing right field, batting third. Batting fourth, the first baseman, the big fella, Rhys Hoskins, batting fifth. The catcher, the captain, JT Realmuto, batting sixth. The shortstop, Didi Gregorius, batting seventh. Roman Quinn playing center field. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Scott Kingery, and batting ninth and pitching, Aaron Nola. As you see, the Marlins already up 2-0. They're looking to make it a sweep, but the Phils are going to try to do what they can to get their 51st win of the season by preventing the sweep. It's McCutchen, Segura, Harper, Hoskins, Realmuto, Gregorius, Quinn, Kingery, and Nola, your starting nine. And yes, Aaron Nola looking for win number 12 in this third game and final game of this three-game series with the Phillies and the Marlins.
We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show. Tonight we've got a good matchup in store between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Miami Marlins. The Marlins look for the series sweep at home against their division rivals. First pitch is next. Sandy Alcantara, a right-handed native of the Dominican Republic, will be the starter. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, you take a look at this guy's number. One of the things that jumps out at you is that ERA. It's into the fours. But that doesn't necessarily indicate what kind of pitcher this guy is. If he brings his A game, he can shut anybody down. The problem he's had so far this season, he's been a little bit inconsistent. He's a better pitcher than that ERA over the fours indicates.
Into the box now, Andrew McCutchen. First shot for him here as he enters play, currently leading the senior circuit in batting.
There's a lot of ways to get on base. Base hit, a walk, hit by pitch. This guy's in the top 5 on base percentage. He does a little bit of all of those things.
Guys, this Marlins ball club, as they begin play here tonight, they come in riding a 5-game winning streak, and they've really got things clicking.
Yeah, Matty, this team's coming together right now. They're playing dangerous baseball. You can tell the look in their eye. They feel good about where they're at. They've won a few games in a row, and they look to continue that trend today.
The 0-2 home. Trying to pick up that outside corner, but this misses, and it's back to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And our game time temperature this evening, a nice 74 degrees. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Bottom dropped out on him, and that's a strikeout. And he makes the throw to first. McCutchen is retired, and there's one away.
Well, you know you made a real nice pitch when you bounce it in the dirt and you still get the hitter to swing at it. That tells me that there's a lot of deception in that pitch right now.
Gene Segura standing in. Couple of hits for him in 4 trips to the plate last night. First delivery to him on the way. Lined hard toward right center. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Boy, Dero, the game of baseball has changed. There's so much velocity in the game. That was a 96-mile-an-hour fastball that he smoked the other way.
Yeah, you have to keep your front shoulder tucked right there. You have to honor. When a guy's throwing that hard, 96 miles an hour, you have to honor that fastball and try and work it the other way to keep you on the off speed.
Digging in, Bryce Harper. He enters play at number 6 in National League batting average.
This season really shouldn't come as a surprise to many. We all know what kind of skill this guy produces when he has a bat in his hands.
1-0 the count. Segura, base runner at first with 1 out. Fastball at 96 on the radar gun, and it's 1-1. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Patrick Johnson.
You know, D-Roll, Patty Johnson, decent strike zone, but isn't always super consistent. I think that's one of the things that irritates players and pitchers.
Yeah, you're going to see a few glares, not only from the offensive guys, but maybe the guy on the mound as well. He needs to be a little bit more consistent.
Here's a look over to first, and he just manages to get his hand in. Now the 2-1. And he turns on one, sending it high and deep to right. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. A 2-run home run here for Bryce Harper. 24 home runs for him on the season as the Phillies have taken a 2-0 lead.
I know hindsight's 20/20, but you can't throw that pitch to that guy. Don't forget, he homered yesterday. So you know he's locked in and ready to roll up there. We'll see if he learns from that mistake.
Next to bat will be Rhys Hoskins, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike one. One ball and one strike to the Phillies first baseman. And this one runs a little too far in. Ball two.
Hasn't seen a heater yet in this at bat. One might be coming right here.
And the pitch on 2-1. And that misses off the plate and low, so it's 3-1 now.
It's clear he just hasn't been able to find any rhythm out there. Pretty much unable to hit any of his spots, and now he's at 3-1, and he's put him into another great hitting count.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. VR calls off the left fielder as he takes charge for the second out. Time now for a glance at the Phillies batting order in this one. Anybody catch your eye, Dan?
Well, Matt, I appreciate the way Bryce Harper plays the game. He's hitting over 350 in road games coming into this one, and it just seems like he comes ready to play. Maybe he really likes sleeping in hotels, or maybe he thrives off taking it to the home crowd. But whatever it is, it's working this year.
Standing in now, JT Realmuto. Ball one to start the at-bat. Bases are empty here with two men out. Into the corner and slicing foul. And facing right-handed pitching so far this season, Realmuto is hitting over 350 up in the high 300s.
You want to talk about having a career season, Matty. This guy's batting average is through the roof, one of the best in the business, and maybe more importantly, his OPS is through the roof as well, which means he's doing it with damage.
Now the 2-1 pitch is laid off of for ball number 3. Lifetime versus this arm. He's gone 2 for 5. He loses him on ball 4.
What's the saying? When you find yourself in a hole, the first thing you should do is stop digging. Well, the guy on the bump obviously hasn't heard that one.
Stepping in, Didi Gregorius, and he enters play today, currently 5th in the National League batting race.
There's no way you could have forecasted this kind of season from this guy. Not to take anything away from him, but I don't think many people in baseball considered him to be one of the league's best hitters for average coming into this year.
VR is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. But the fighting strike for a pair, both coming on this 2-run home run. Bottom of the first coming up. It's now 2-0 Philly. Aaron Nola gets the ball for Philadelphia in this one. What's your take on him, Dan?
Wow, talk about a number that jumps out at you. This guy's whip, which is walks to hits to innings pitch, is less than 1 coming into this start. That's not an easy thing to do. That tells me one thing. Not only is his stuff good, but he wipes people out quick. This is a real good pitcher.
Standing in, Jonathan VR. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Lifted the other way out to left center. After it is McCutchen. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. Ready now for the Marlins, Miguel Rojas. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. First pitch of the at-bat. And that one swung on and missed 0-1. These Phillies, as they enter play here tonight, fellas, they came up a little short last time out, but they've still been one of the hotter teams around, winning 8 of their last 10 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, I can't tell you how important it is to throw that first run up on the board, and that's exactly what they did. A little crooked number, a 2 spot to give their pitcher a chance to relax and go out and pound the strike zone. This team has been playing red-hot baseball recently.
This is on the ground over to first. Hoskins gathers it in, and he'll take it onto the bag himself. 2 gone now here in the first.
The left fielder, Corey Dickerson.
Now at the plate, Corey Dickerson, and he's got that batting lineup near the 300 mark entering play. Hit back up the middle. Kingery's there. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Miami down in order. They're still down. It's 2-0. Digging in the switch hitter, Roman Quinn. First at bat for him as he enters play number 3 in the National League batting race.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
And in steps Scott Kingery. He went deep in the contest last night. First pitch on its way. And not the greatest of starts to the at-bat as he reaches for one out of the zone for strike 1. Well, as we talked about at the top of the broadcast, the Fish have their sights set on a series sweep here today.
This team going for the sweep is looking for some home cooking. It's always nice to win a series, but particularly nice when you can sweep a series at home.
Down low, 2 balls and a strike. The Fish will, however, have to beat their opposition's best as they've got to go up against their ace in this one.
Sweeps aren't easy to do at this level, particularly with the competition being so stiff. They're down a couple of runs early, but there's a lot of baseball left, and the way they're playing right now, this game's far from over.
And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
Boy, that's a tough pitch to lay off right there, just out of the strike zone. But listen, when you're a 300 hitter, you don't chase a lot of those so-called pitcher's pitches. This guy knows the strike zone. We knew coming into this game that this guy has a tendency to give up a lot of free passes, and history repeats itself as he's already given up 2 walks here. I'll tell you, effectively wild is a pretty tough thing to be.
Here's the first pitch to him. Now the 0-1. Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but this will be a foul ball as he's behind 0-2 now. Fouled off. Another 0-2 coming. Line drive base hit.
Up next for Philadelphia, the left fielder, Andrew McCutchen.
So the next hitter to dig in will be Andrew McCutchen. Lays off 1-0. ground ball sent back up the middle, and that's through into center field. Base hit. And the run will score from second as now it's a 3-0 game.
Looks like the pitching coach is going to come out and have a word with him. Don't like to see that in the second inning, but once he makes sure he's okay physically, I'm sure it'll be just words of encouragement the rest of the way.
And that'll bring up Gene Segura. Into center field, line drive, base hit. And a good throw is going to hold that runner at third, so they're loaded now with only one away.
Nice piece of hitting right there. Looked like the guy on second had to respect it and freeze a little bit.
They had to freeze there for a second to make sure that line drive gets down, but eventually does get to third base.
Here comes the first pitch. Ready with the 0-1. Just the second inning, but already 37 pitches to this point. Starts to go around, but the home plate umpire says he held up ball 2.
It's not easy to continue pounding the strike zone when you've given up 3 consecutive hits, but he has to trust that getting the ball down in the zone will get him an out.
And he fouls this one off. The 2-2. Ground ball to second. This could be 2. 1 there. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. So it's a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. Phillies lead this one 3-0. Stepping up now, Garrett Cooper, and he's one to watch out for. A 7-game hitting streak coming in.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Love the early lead, but this game is far from over. Got to stay on top of what you're trying to do out there and execute pitches.
The 2-0.
I don't blame him for not coming over the heart of the plate. He circled this guy on the lineup card when he got to the yard today. He's been swinging one of the hotter bats in the game.
3-1 the count now. And he takes ball 4. Leadoff man's aboard here to begin the home half of the second.
Yeah, and as a starter, the last thing you want to do is let a team answer when your guys just scored a run for you. So he's thinking ground ball right here to try to get a double play and end this threat.
Brian Anderson is at the plate as he watches ball 1. 1-0 pitch on the way. Nola has made a name for himself as a starter that simply misses the barrel of the bat. He rarely allows a large number of hits, and he does a pretty good job at keeping the ball in the ballpark when the hitters do make contact. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
Sometimes you got to be aggressive offensively, but sometimes you just let the pitcher dig his own grave. Patience and discipline seem to be the way to go right here.
Nobody out, runner on first. And he lays off there, ball 4. So back-to-back walks have him in business here with nobody out. So striding forward now, Harold Ramirez. His average for the year sits in the 280s entering play.
This is where, as a hitter, you need to slow your thinking. You know he's trying to get you a double play ball right here. You have to control the strike zone.
Brings it in, standing inside the coach's box for out number 1.
Time to take a look at the Philly D. And guys, we need to seriously focus on the defense behind the dish today. This guy brings gold to the party, the ability to block balls, keep everything in front of him, shut down a running game, and massage his pitcher through 9 innings.
Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes. .261 the average coming into action here. 9 homers and 33 driven in. Liner toward right center. Harper is over to his right as he puts this one away. 2 down.
Batting it, the second baseman, Isan Diaz.
Digging in, Isan Diaz. He had a couple of hits in that ball game last night. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Now a big fastball, and he's well behind it with the swing.
Well, he kind of tipped his hand right there. His approach is obviously sitting on the off speed because he was so late on that first pitch heater.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. A couple of walks, but no damage. Thursday night baseball rolls on. We'll have more after this. So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Rhys Hoskins. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
No balls and 1 strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. Gone to lead off the inning. Rhys Hoskins with a solo shot. Number 18 for him on the campaign, as the Phillies have opened things up now 4-0.
Well, he won his last start, but he didn't give up any long balls. He's already given up 2 here, so he's got his work cut out for him if he's going to get the W in this one. He's going to have to start keeping the ball in the yard for starters.
Now back.
At the plate, JT Realmuto. He swings and grounds it to short. Scooped up, throw on to first, so a good comeback there as he gets the first out of the inning.
The bat.
So now to the plate, Didi Gregorius. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning. First delivery to him on the way. Ball 1. And this winds up inside for a ball. 2-0 now.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
Outside, 3-0 now.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had the green light here. Matter of fact, I know he's got the green light here. He's looking for something set or cut, and he's looking to do damage.
Phillies shortstop in front in the count, 3-1.
Stealing that strike on 3-0 was important, but you don't want to miss over the heart of the plate in this situation. I got to believe he's going to be way more aggressive right here.
That's his first base hit, making 1 for 2 now.
Hey, after that base knock right there, he's into double digits, Dero. That's a 10-game hitting streak.
Oh, you talking about double digits, Dan? Now it's getting firm. We're seeing the batting average go up. We're seeing the homers go up. We're seeing the RBIs go up. Everything is moving north.
So now to the plate, Roman Quinn. Fouled away. He popped out in his first trip. Now a throw over and a dive, but he's back. High fly ball out to straightaway center. VR is there now, and he has it. 2 gone. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Scott Kingery. He reached on a walk in his last time up and later came around to score. He's set and the pitch. A runner on first with 2 away. And 2-0 as this one's taken low.
You thank your lucky stars when you get a chance to hit behind a guy with as much speed as he has on first base. The entire defense is on guard, and you know probably there's a fastball coming.
In the dirt, it's 3-0 now. Swing and he pops him up. Looks to be playable in foul ground. Cooper is there and the side is retired. But the Phils tack on one more on this solo home run. We played 2.5. It's now 4-0 Philadelphia. Bottom of the inning now, and next will be the pitcher, Sandy Alcantara.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
2 mid-90s fastballs and you're down 0-2. This is where you got to take a deep breath and pot commit. You're either all in on another fastball or you're finding a way to stay back to attack something off speed. Well, maybe he can take one positive from this right here with that huge base hit. I got to be honest, I wasn't even expecting him to go to the on-deck circle. The way he's been throwing the ball, scuffling a little bit, I thought maybe manager would pinch hit for him, but not so. But at least he's got the knock to fall back on.
Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far.
You got to cover the whole plate now after letting him steal 2 strikes on the inside half.
Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. And an off-balance throw is in time as he takes one away. Wow.
Now that is shortstop, Miguel Rojas.
Into the box, Miguel Rojas. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. And he takes ball 1. In the dirt, and now let's see. The throw will go to third, and he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
That can be a tough read as a runner on second to see if the ball has gotten away enough to move to third. You have to be sure you can make it. He was there, and now he's only 90 feet away.
This is on the ground over to first. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
The left fielder, number 23, Corey Dickerson.
Striding in once again, Corey Dickerson, 0 for 1 here in the early going. And he lays off there, 1-0. Dickerson, a 6'1" left-handed hitter, but throws right-handed. He was an 8th round selection back in the 2010 first-year player draft.
Man, coming out of the late rounds, you have to grind for everything. Nothing is given to you. And this guy has turned himself into a very solid big league ball player. That's a big accomplishment.
The count now at 2-1. 2 outs here with a runner at third. Good pitch there down below the zone. Got him to go after it. The 2-2. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Harper giving chase. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. Marlins leave 1. They trail here 4-0. Start of the 4th upcoming, but first Heidi Watney is standing by with a report.
Matt, I talked with Philadelphia's manager during the break about the Phillies' offensive production to this point. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. They've already put 4 runs on the board, and they've done so by running up their opponent's pitch count. So he said he thinks they're going to have a lot more opportunities to score because of that as the game goes on.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. Aaron Nola will stand in for a second time here as he swings and misses there. It's 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. High in the air out towards shallow right. Ramirez is over a few steps as he puts it away for the first out.
The left fielder,
Ready for another shot now, Andrew McCutchen.
He's coming off a month in which he earned National League Player of the Month recognition.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. This is line to left. He leaps, but he can't get it. It's down for extra bases. And he'll pull into second with one away.
Well, Matt, as we take a look at his line here, he might not know all the specifics, but he knows he hasn't been pitching all that well in this one. Sometimes it happens. You start a game and never completely get into that rhythm. Seems to be the case here.
To the plate now, Gene Segura. Line drive to left. And that's in there. Base hit. Tack on another here as the runner scores from second. Now a 5-0 lead.
He wasn't letting that one go. Jumped on the first pitch right there and drove it into the outfield for a base hit.
Next to dig in will be Bryce Harper
As he'll swing and lift a fly ball to right center.
Ramirez is there, and he makes the catch for the out.
the first baseman,
And that'll bring up the Sacramento product, Rhys Hoskins. He's coming off a solo homer in his previous trip. First pitch coming. Here it is. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Dickerson will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. Phillies get a couple of hits here, and it leads to 1 on the scoreboard. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4. It's the Phillies 5 and the Marlins nothing. And that'll bring in Garrett Cooper. He's 2 for 7 in the series so far.
first baseman,
First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Cooper.
He'll start him with a fastball down and in for a ball, 1-0.
This guy's been really on point so far, but it's not getting any easier. He has to get through 4, 5, and 6 right here.
1-1 now the count to the Marlins first baseman. Swung on, but it's pulled foul wide of third. Now a changeup locks him up as he looks at strike 3 called, 1 away. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you can see there, he finds himself in a flat-footed tie for the National League lead in that category. Into the box now, Brian Anderson. He drew a walk his first time up. Here it comes. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. And he'll lay off here as well, and it's 2-0 to the Miami third sacker.
Well, this is a spot you'd like to be in. 2-0, good hitter. He's going to turn it loose right here.
Nope. 3-0. Now the pitch. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. And the good fastball there finds the zone as the count goes full now, 3-2. Yanked on the ground down the line, but this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. And another foul ball. The 3-2 one more time. And he could only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
I'll tell you right now, this guy has a shutout going, and it's been all business. He's not messing around trying to pick at corners. He's being aggressive in the zone, and he's attacking each and every one of these hitters up to this point.
At the plate now, Harold Ramirez, as he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1.
Hey, it's not always about filling up the strike zone all the time every inning. He's pitching well as we're moving into the middle innings, but interestingly, less than 50% of his first pitches have been for strikes.
Count now, a ball and a strike. No runs, just one hit, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1. All even now, 2-2. Looking to set down the side on strikes. Here it comes. And the inning goes away in unceremonious fashion on a swing and a miss at a ball way outside the strike zone. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. Back with more on a Thursday night following this. Jose Arena will come on now to make his 30th appearance of the year so far.
Number 62, Jose Arena.
New inning set to get underway, and that brings up JT Realmuto. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. The 1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Urena, a native of the Dominican Republic. This is his 6th season for him in the big leagues. And he's keeping it down here, and that's a called strike 2.
He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep the ball around the knees like that.
The 1-2. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
This is a fun guy to watch when he's up there. Really battles. Doesn't take any pitches off. He's a grinder. Always seems to make it difficult on the opposing pitcher.
And that misses there, so he runs the count full now. Didi Gregorius waits on deck. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. There to take it is VR, and that's the first out. Here's a look at the final line for the Marlins starting pitcher. Not the night he or his club were hoping for.
Hey, this certainly wasn't the outing he was looking for when he left the bullpen while warming up. Too many pitches over the heart of the plate. 4 home runs. That's right. 4 home runs he allowed in this one.
First pitch on its way. Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. Right fielder looking up. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. Number 11 for him on the season. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
Hey, that's the price you pay right there when you try and sneak a fastball past this guy. Power hitter, and every power hitter in the league knows you got to start with the numero uno, number one, man. You got to get on the heater and adjust to everything else, and he did just that.
Into the box, Roman Quinn. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball one. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Hard on the ground towards short. And that gets through for a one-out base hit.
The batter number 2, second baseman, Scott.
Standing in now, Scott Kingery. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. In his last at bat, he popped out in foul ground. He's set. Here's the 0-1.
Good speed at first and good speed with a guy at the dish. Going to be tough to double up these guys. If you're an infielder, got to get rid of it quick.
The 1-1 home. Waves and misses for strike number 2.
I think it's about time to choke up on that bat and get that foot down. He's awfully tardy right now.
The 1-2. He's running. Pitch misses low. The throw down is well behind the play. That's an easy stolen base.
Well, some may say that's a questionable steal with such a big lead, but to me, it's still too early to worry about disrespecting the other team. I've seen leads like this disappear, so they're going to keep trying to pile on.
And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there, 2 away.
Classic slider down and away for the strikeout there. Not a whole lot to say about that pitch that hasn't been said a million times already. That's just a real tough pitch for a hitter to pick up out of a pitcher's hand, so they end up chasing when they're in protect mode.
At the plate, Aaron Nola. A ball and no strikes. A hit and 2 tries for him so far. Pitch taken several inches below the zone, in fact.
Boy, this is one of those tricky spots for a pitcher, right? You have an open base, but you have a guy on deck that could do a lot of damage. Not a good spot to be in if you're a pitcher right now.
Too tight with that one. 3-0. From the stretch. 3-1. The 3-1 is in there for a full count now. 3-2. And a fastball swung on and missed, and the side is retired. But the Phils tack on one more on this solo home run. On to the bottom of the 5th. It's the Phillies 6 and the Marlins nothing. Welcome back to Miami as we check in with Heidi Watney.
Matt, during the commercial break, I had a chance to catch up with manager Don Mattingly about the Marlins' offensive production, and he really emphasized that they're not doing a very good job capitalizing on run-scoring opportunities. They've had their opportunities with runners in scoring position, but still have 0 hits to show for it in those situations. He said repeatedly not coming through with the big hit can wear on you as a team, but in this sport, you have to dwell on the positives. He's confident they'll find a way to break through sooner or later.
All right, thanks, Heidi. Standing in, Jorge Alfaro. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck out the side last inning. How did they get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as patient. He's been throwing a lot of strikes. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And a good fastball there, but this just misses the zone for ball one. A ball and a strike. Now the 1-1 pitch is a fastball taken high for a ball. Lifted in the air toward the line and right, and foul. The 2-2. Line down the left field line, but this is going to get foul. And that misses ball four now. It's a leadoff walk to get the home half of the fifth underway.
Well, they haven't been able to scratch a run across yet, so maybe this walk will jumpstart their offense a little bit.
So coming to the plate, Isan Diaz. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, he's got to put that one behind him, especially with runners in scoring position. Those punch outs will stick with you a little longer.
There's the fastball that gets the lower part of the zone, called for a strike. Set to deliver the 0-1. Oh, got him to swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2. So far on the year, Diaz hits in the 240s, so there's room for improvement in that regard.
He'd be the first to tell you he's not happy with his batting average this season, but he can beat you in a variety of different ways, and he has to because he wouldn't be here otherwise.
Tough pitch to lay off there, but he did, and it's even up at 2-2.
He started this guy backwards, couple of off-speed pitches early, followed by back-to-back heaters. He can go either way he wants to go right now.
Close there, but he doesn't get the call with the breaking ball.
That was another good pitch and a tough call that could have gone either way. He couldn't get him to bite on it again, so the count's gone from 0-2 to 3-2.
Now the payoff pitch home, and he lays off there, ball four. So back-to-back walks have him in business here with nobody out.
Well, they've struggled offensively in this one so far, but after that walk, they've got runners at first and second and look ready to make a little noise. Just need a big hit now.
John Birdie will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 5, John Birdie.
And boy, a high strike called there. That's not all that consistent, but it's strike one. From the stretch. And he'll look at a fastball just off the black, and it's even at 1.
He's already walked 2 in this inning already. This guy just can't seem to find the strike zone.
The 1-1 is laid off for ball 2.
Hey, time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
From the belt, the pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. On the move is Harper, but this will land untouched. First and second here with nobody out. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Center fielder giving chase. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning.
The center fielder, number 2, Jonathan Villar.
Back to the top of the Miami lineup now, and stepping in, Jonathan Villar. It's been an 0-for-2 effort for him to this point. Here's the first pitch to him. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
Big spot right here. Got to find a way to get back in this ball game and scratch a run across.
The 0-1 delivery.
Count 21.
First and second now, one man out. Outside, 2-1.
Hey, lots of guys get too aggressive in a spot like this, but he's done a nice job of gaining some count leverage. Look for him to put the ball and play hard.
The 2-1 home is swung on and missed, and that's strike two.
Threw that fastball right by him. He had no chance to get the barrel of that one.
Pulled hard, but it's foul down the first base side. Grounded to third. This could be two. There's Segura to second for one. On to first, but not in time as he beats it out.
Now batting, shortstop, Miguel.
Stepping in, Miguel Rojas. And their runners at the corners now. Has a look, now the pitch. Now a 58-foot curveball that misses for a ball. Looking at his lifetime numbers, Rojas is slugging a little under the 400 mark, so the chances of his connecting with the ball right here aren't particularly good. A bouncer to the left side. Throw on to first will be in time, and the Marlins can't cash in here, and that ends the inning. Marlins strand a pair. They still find themselves down 6-zip. Sixto Sanchez gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. Trying to pick things up where he left off, Andrew McCutchen. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Yeah, it's been an offensive explosion for him today. There's a fight at the bat rack. Everyone seems to be putting barrel on baseball in this lineup.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. There's a fastball pretty close that time, but ruled a ball. 1-1.
That's not an easy pitch to do anything with, right? 96 miles an hour in on the hands. You almost have to be looking for that pitch to be able to do anything with that.
Now here's the pitch. Bounced softly in front of the plate. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the sixth.
The third baseman is
One out for the Phillies in their half of the sixth, and that'll bring in Gene Segura. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Fastball just inside. The 1-0. Hit out towards second. He's got it. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Not a lot you can do with that pitch. That fastball just ate him up inside and gets the soft grounder for the out.
Here's Bryce Harper now. It was a fly out for him in his last trip. He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Hard liner, but picked up on a hop.
Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. They lead it 6-zip. Coming to the plate now, Corey Dickerson. He'll start things out in their half of the sixth as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent to date.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've been completely overmatched to this point. One hit through 5 innings. I mean, what else can you say about the pitching they faced other than it's been fantastic? We'll see if that continues as we approach the later inning.
Here's the first pitch to him.
Inside, ball 1.
Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Changed up on him here, and this is grounded to short. Taken in by Gregorius, and that's the first out. So another exceptional effort for him on the mound. He's got the shutout working here, as we'll show you the league ERA leaders. And as you can see there, he's holding down the top spot in the circuit here for the month of June. Digging in once again, Garrett Cooper. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Yeah, in today's game, certainly don't get completely reprimanded for too many strikeouts, but no one likes to go down looking. Expect him to be a little bit more aggressive at the dish this AB.
Quinn is there, 2 gone. So the shutout still intact here in the sixth as we check out the league leaderboard for team ERA. And we find that this pitching staff currently leads the NL in that department. Digging in, Brian Anderson comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch of the at bat on its way. And that swung on and missed for strike 1. Anderson playing here in his age 26 season. He was selected in the 3rd round during the 2014 draft.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar. Everybody knows this guy's name, and kids are buying his jerseys.
And he takes one off the inside corner for ball 2. 2 out, nobody on. And he fires a fastball now for a called strike 2. Two pitch is fouled away. This is line to left. And that's a base hit. 1 for 2 in his first couple of plate appearances.
Well, that's only the second hit he's given up tonight, and the first one didn't do any damage. So he's not sweating this one at all. They haven't been able to string anything together.
In now, Harold Ramirez, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. 2 out with the man at first. Now a fastball gets the upper part of the zone for strike 2. Tough curveball that time, but he's able to make a little contact to keep this at bat going. The 1-2. Now here's one hit in the air to the right side. He lays out for it, but he can't pull it in. And he'll reach first safely. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Hey, after back-to-back 2-out hits right now, this pitcher thought he was going to cruise through this inning, and now he's got traffic, and he's in jeopardy with a ball in the gap or a ball missed over the heart of the plate, a crooked number going on the board.
So now to the plate, Jorge Alfaro, as he'll take a look at ball 1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. Line drive to left. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. So it's no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. 7th inning coming up. Philadelphia's on top 6-0. 7th inning ready to roll. And next, the dangerous power threat, Rhys Hoskins. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Behind 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Marlins have some action in the bullpen now as a right-hander is up and throwing. Down the third baseline, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Now a fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
Wow, talk about a waste pitch on 2-2. That one wasn't even close. I don't know anyone that would have swung at that pitch.
There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Dickerson's on the warning track as he hauls it in for a loud out number 1.
Now batting, catcher, JT.
Digging in now for Philadelphia, JT Realmuto. 0 for 2 with a walk for him so far. First delivery to him on the way. And a check swing here, but he clearly went around on a pitch that would have been a strike anyway. It's 0-1. 1 out, nobody on. And boy, was he ever fooled on that pitch. It's 0-2 now.
See, guys, he is human. Occasionally an ugly swing right there, but he's having a monster season, so I'm going to give him a free pass.
To 1-2 now. High in the air out towards shallow right. Ramirez is over just a few steps to his left as he takes it for out number 2.
Now batting, the shortstop, Didi.
So 2 are gone now in the Philadelphia 7th, and that'll bring up Didi Gregorius.
The last at bat, Matty V, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
And look out as that one ran in and got him.
Oh, and that was a big mistake right there. This guy might be their best base stealing threat in the lineup, so now he's got a chance to move into scoring position without even putting the ball into play.
Coming to the plate now, Roman Quinn. It was a single for him in his last at bat. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
Especially after drilling the last guy up at the plate. That's just a great job to get your mechanics back under you and establish yourself back in the strike zone.
Fastball called for strike 2.
Well, you can see he's coming right at this guy, just pounding the ball in the strike zone. He certainly has the advantage now. This guy hasn't even swung the bat yet.
Low with a fastball here in the dirt even. It's ball 1.
Not a real good pitch there, 0-2. Probably not what he was trying to do with that fastball. He was trying to miss probably up and away.
Meanwhile now, this is a drive out to straightaway right field, and it's going to get out of here. A home run. A two-run blast to straightaway right field. 6th home run on the season for him as they've widened this lead to 8 now. And we've seen 4 round trippers from these guys so far. Dan, D-Row, what do you make of all this?
Matty V, D-Row, I don't know what you think, but this is like crazy. 4th round tripper of the game so far.
They're missing over the heart of the plate, not using the quadrants. In the hitters meeting, they focused on this stuff. They thought these guys could miss middle, and that's exactly what's happened.
0-1 the count. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Hit hard on the ground to third. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. But the fighting strike for a pair, both coming on this 2-run home run. Get up and stretch. Home half of the 7th coming up. It's the Phillies. Last half of the 7th here, and that'll bring in the second baseman, Isan Diaz.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
The windup and the 0-1. And that changeup makes him jump. A swing and a miss. Well, pitch count will become a factor here in the 7th. He's about to hit 100 for the game.
Yeah, Matty V, that magic number in today's game is about 100 pitches, and this next pitch will be pitch number 100. D-Row, he's been sailing along pretty easily so far in this one.
Yeah, he's given him some serious depth in this one. For him to get into the 7th inning allows the manager a lot of leeway, whether he wants to go to his bullpen or not.
Weekly hit to third. Fielded cleanly. And that's out number 1.
The bat, the pitcher,
Francisco Cervelli will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
hitting for the Marlins. Number 29, Francisco Cervelli.
Just able to get a piece of that for strike 1. Counts even at 1-1 to Cervelli.
1-1.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he lays off upstairs, but it's ruled a strike, and he can't believe it. 1-2.
That pitch looked like it could have been a little high, but he's been calling that pitch all night. Kind of rough for a pinch hitter, but I'm sure his teammates let him know that's where the zone has been.
And the pinch hitter will not be able to advance the cause, and there are 2 away now.
The center fielder, number 2, Jonathan.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go Jonathan Villar. 4th trip to the plate now, and he's hitless to this point.
Yeah, he and his teammates have really been shut down by some very good pitching in this one. Been fun for a guy like me to watch.
That one's down around the knees, taken for a strike. Lined hard toward right center. Solid base hit for him, his first of the afternoon. The tag, and they'll get him at second, and with that the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. Still 8-0. Ryan Stanek enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is. Into the box now, Aaron Nola. He swings and grounds it to short, and that is through into center. A base hit, and the opposing pitcher gets aboard to kick off the inning.
He came to play today, not just only on the bump right there. He's thrown the ball well, but on the offensive side of the ball, he's able to contribute and help this offense put itself in position to score some more runs.
Here's Andrew McCutchen now, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. The Marlins came into this one riding pretty high, presented with the opportunity to sweep the series. However, it has clearly not gone the way they'd hoped.
One of the things you have to do is play 27 outs and not give any at-bats away. They're down by several runs here. It doesn't look good, but they still have a chance. And when you have a chance, you have hope.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And this is pulled foul as he was way out in front there. And for the opposition, wrapping this up and salvaging a win would at least make their trip out of here a little more pleasant.
This could be just what the doctor ordered. Nobody likes to get swept on the road, so winning this one could be big for building back team morale.
On to first, and they turn the double play.
It's hard to do anything with a pitch like that that's below the zone, and if you do anything with it, most of the time this will be the result, a double play on a good pitch down in the zone.
So next to the plate for the Phils, Gene Segura. He's working on a 3-hit ball game right now. Here comes the first pitch. A ball and no strikes. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
Hit in the air to center field. VR will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. Down quickly go the Phillies, as it remains an 8-0 ball game. Stepping into the box, Miguel Rojas. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's changed out there on the mound.
Well, I've been very impressed with how this starter's going about his business, Matt. He's looked really sharp, and it's hard to know if it's had any effect, but getting that early lead from his offense could have really helped settle him in.
Popped up. Hoskins moving to his left, one away.
Now batting, the left fielder, Corey.
Digging in now, Corey Dickerson. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. He'll start this at bat with a knuckle curve right there. Strike one.
Hey, this guy's been throwing a gem so far. We're moving on later into this game, and he's right at about league average for first pitch strikes.
One out, nobody on. Lifted in the air out to center field. Quinn is there now, and he has it. 2 gone.
Now batting, first baseman, Garrett Cooper.
So striding in, Garrett Cooper. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. And there's a strike right down the heart of the plate. 0-1.
That's a pitch he'd like to have back. You're not going to see very many pitches like that from a pitcher of this quality. I'm sure he'd like to have that one back to take a swing at it.
That gets down, and the inning continues. Throwing to second. The tag, and he's nabbed, trying for 2. Miami down in order. They're on the short end of an 8-0 score.
Leading off to Philadelphia, the right fielder, number 3.
And Bryce Harper will dig in at the plate.
He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play.
He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1 for 4 day. Yanked high and deep down the line in right. And that is off the wall, but in foul territory. Foul ball. Here it comes on 0-2.
Count 1-2.
That was a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this Really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
Still a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the 9th.
It's always nice to keep a guy that has good wheels off base, and that's just what they did right there. Big strikeout, keep that guy off the base path.
Into the box, Rhys Hoskins. As he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty, it's strike 1. He homered back in the 3rd inning in this one. Now a swing and a miss, and things are not looking real promising here. Down 0-2.
Boy, that's a jam shot right there. That's as good as it gets, in my opinion. Woo, up and in.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Oh, and he struck him out as well, so he's carving right through the heart of this lineup as there are 2 away now.
That's a pretty unique pitch sequence, guys. Usually pitching is all about mixing pitches and location, but he threw that all out the window to get that strikeout. He offered the same pitch 3 times in a row, so I guess he sort of used that reverse psychology to outthink his opponent.
Stepping in now, JT Realmuto. No balls and a strike to count. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Smoked on the ground left side. Oh, what a stop on the slide. It's there. He got him. Phillies down in order as the lead holds at 8-0. Up next from Miami, Brian Anderson. And Dan, what's gone wrong for this lineup today? They're only 3 outs away from being shut out.
Boy, you know, I just haven't seen a lot of fight in these at-bats. Now, of course, plenty of credit goes to that pitching, but the effort on the offensive side has been pretty lethargic watching from up here in the booth, Matt.
Yeah, I would imagine it feels the same from watching in the stands in this one. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Hit weakly back to the mound. And there's 1 gone to start the bottom of the 9th.
Now batting, the right fielder, Harold Ramirez.
Digging in to try it again, Harold Ramirez. He steps in off a base hit in his last at-bat.
Yeah, guys, everyone knows he's been slumping. Dan, you can certainly attest to this, only amassing a solid 1 hit in your entire career. But pressure's off now. Maybe he gets hot.
Here's the first pitch to him. One out, nobody on. Lifted in the air out towards left center. He leaps, but he can't get it. It's down for extra bases. And he is in at second base with a 1-out double.
Obviously, as a pitcher, he wants to finish what he started. But when you have that pitch count north of 115 pitches, you have to be concerned about his health and the wear and tear on his arm. Might have to take him out of this one really soon.
Now batting, Jorge Alfaro. And his guys are looking to erase that donut on the scoreboard with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, Matt, they've been really shut down so far in this one. They've had runners on base, but haven't been able to string anything together.
That one's in there on the black. 2-1.
Gutsy pitch right there. 2-0 changeup for a strike. Good call by the catcher. Great execution by the pitcher.
Count even at 2-2 to the Marlins catcher. 1 out and a runner on second base. Grounded softly down the line toward first. And he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him.
The batter, number 1, second baseman, Isan Diaz.
Standing in now, Isan Diaz, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. Swing and a liner. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out hit. And the runner from third crosses the plate. It's now an 8-1 game.
The pitcher, number 55, Ron
Jesus Aguilar will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
number 24, Jesus.
Now time is called, and this might be to buy a little time for that reliever to get loose. Here's the Philadelphia manager on his way out to the mound now. And we're going to see a pitching change as that's going to do it for his starter here tonight. So a strong performance here as he worked his way into the 9th, but he'll let the bullpen try and close with the final 2 outs. Blake Parker enters from the bullpen, hoping to get the final 2 outs and put this one into the win column.
Blake Parker.
Well, while Blake is warming up here, I just wanted to jump in here real fast. Yeah, I thought maybe I could get Aaron a complete game shutout, but it wasn't to be tonight. Obviously, it is now 8-1, so I figure I'll bring Blake in to sort of shut the door. Obviously, this is not a safe situation, but I wanted to bring Blake in just to get him some time. Obviously, Aaron Nola, well deserving of the win. He will get win number 12 as it stands right now if the score holds, which I have every intention of making that happen. Basically, if all goes well, we can get a double play ball, if possible. Then this game hopefully will be over. But yeah, I think it was 123 pitches from Aaron Nola. Just an absolutely unbelievable performance. Home runs abound tonight. Bryce Harper getting his 24th. So we're going to get back into it. Here's the boys.
Now about a 58-foot breaking pitch that he wisely lays off here. And you see that average below the dreaded Mendoza line. Weak grounder down the first baseline, but a foul ball. 1-1. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. Hit in the air down the right field line, but this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. Lifted down the line in left, and no one can get there. It's a foul ball.
Hey, that fastball caught too much of the plate on an 0-2 count.
Now another 1-2. First and second now, 1 man out. A ground ball to third, and they could get 2. There's 1 on to first, and he rolls a double play ball to end it here as this ball game is over.
Yeah, and they end this thing with style, turning that double play to preserve the win. That's what we call finishing strong.
8-1 is the final tonight. The Phillies jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Aaron Nola pitches his way to a league-leading 12th win of the year, turning in 8 1/3 of quality work. Sandy Alcantara was only able to work 4 innings as he takes the loss. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.
All right, everyone. Well, the Phils managed to scrounge at least the third game of this 3-game set as they win by a final score of 8-1 as Aaron Nola gets win number 12, the league leading, as you heard Matt Vasgersian say, the league leading win number 12. Now you see Roman Quinn there, 2 for 4 on the day with a home run, 2 runs batted in. Didi Gregorius, 2 for 3 with a home run, a run batted in, and 2 runs scored. Bryce Harper, his only hit was a home run, and a pretty big one. It was his 24th on the season, his league-leading 24th home run. Also, Rhys Hoskins, the big fella in there, 1 for 5, also with a home run. Bryce Harper's home run, of course, a 2-run home run. That's what actually got the scoring started. As we take you to the replay vault here, we take a look at the action, and speaking of Bryce, there it is, number 24. As he crushes this one out to deep right field. This ball was out of here. Right into the Phil's bullpen, as a matter of fact. That made it 2-0 in the top of the first. Fast forward to the top of the second. Kutch here grounds to center. He singles, and that would actually knock in Scott Kingery, which would make it 3-0 there in the top of the second. Top of the third. Big fella goes yard, sends this one to deep left field, and baby, this one was way out of here. 387 feet. Yes, sir. Out of here. Fast forward now to the top of the fourth. Not to be undone, Mean Gene got into the scoring act here as he made it 5-0 with a RBI single. And Phils were just off and running offensively, and here's Didi's home run. Boom. Crushes it. Way out of here. Didi connects, making it 6-0 in the top of the fifth. He got all that one and then some. That went into the upper tank there. So Didi got a hold of that one. And here's Roman adding to it. 8-0 right here. Boom. And that would actually put it 8-0 Phillies at this point. And that would be a 2-run home run. That would be in the 7th. And that's really all the runs the Phillies would need. As here, at that point, I blame myself. I should have taken Aaron out before the inning started. I was actually letting my son play a little bit, believe it or not. And here was the ground ball right to 4-6-3 double play. I'm sorry, 5-4-3 double play. Says it right there on the screen. That would end the ball game as Blake Parker came in and shut the door, and that would do it. As the Phils managed to win 1 out of 3 on the road here against the Fish, as they will now look to head to Atlanta to take on the Bravos. As Aaron Nola, look at that, 12-0, absolutely Cy Young worthy stuff here early in the season. We're in the month of June. It's heating up. Obviously, the Phillies, the last 2 games really couldn't. I mean, they only lost by a run each game, but certainly not indicative of the Phillies' offense throughout the rest of the season. But they made up for it tonight. In fact, they almost scored about as many runs as, I was going to say almost as many runs as the Marlins scored the first 2 games combined. However, they scored 11. Phillies only scored 8, so we'll throw that out. So, yeah, Aaron Nola establishes himself once again as the preeminent pitcher in all of Major League Baseball. He leads the league in all-star votes for the starting pitcher. There's no doubt in my mind. Well, it's probably going to be a toss-up between him and Jake for the starting pitcher of the all-star game on, I believe that would be July the 14th, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Tuesday, July 14th will be the all-star game. So, Phil's snagged this one, and they close out that series in Miami, and they will head up I-95 to Atlanta, GA, the ATL, and tomorrow it'll be Zach Wheeler looking for win number 9, and he will be opposed by King Felix, believe it or not, Felix Hernandez, doing his thing in Atlanta, hopefully for him, at least, for the Braves fans, to get win number 5, but if that were to happen, it would be at the expense of Zach Wheeler and the Fightin' Phils. Of course, Saturday, another potential 12-game winner And also our other undefeated pitcher in this rotation, that would be Jake the Snake, as he looks for win number 12 against Sean Newcomb. That will be on Saturday afternoon. And then Sunday afternoon, Zach Eflin looking for a little retribution, the loss he took the other day. Actually, that was the no decision. Blake Parker took the loss, actually. It was good to see him get back in there and kind of shut the door, get his confidence back a little bit. So Zach will go to the hill. Zach Eflin, that is, one of our two Zachs. This is the Z-A-C-H, Zach Eflin, looking for win number 6 against Mike Soroka of Soroka, yeah, I can read. So Soroka will be looking for win number 5. But, again, Phils and Braves always an interesting series. And then, of course, leading into next week, the Phils return home for a 3-3. Actually, no, that'll be a 9-game homestand as the Cubs, the A's, and the Marlins will return. We will see the Marlins 2 weeks from tonight. Of course, it'll be another Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday affair. But looking to the immediate future, this is the lineup, I should say the matchup for tomorrow, as the now 51-10 Philadelphia Phillies will head to, I don't even know what the name of their stadium is, to be honest with you. That's how much I pay attention. At least I know where the Phillies play. So they'll head to the ATL to face the Braves, and Felix Hernandez will be on the air probably around about 7 tomorrow. We shall see, depending on how my day goes. It's going to be a long one. So we shall see. But that will be tomorrow, and that's it for now. The Phils win 1 out of 3 from the Marlins, and that game ends in a final score of 8-1. Good to see the Phillies bats waking up again and actually making it happen. We'll see what happens in Atlanta tomorrow night. So for all of us here, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow for more Phillies baseball.